Hello, this is Rick Keys. Rick Keys Music Caravan Blues Show. And not going fishing today. We're fishing for some more music. So take me to the river. Some good blues. That's called trout blues. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the start of the show and see if it even came through. By the way, appropriate time to say I do have a great kingfish interview on my website. So anyway, hey, this is the real Rick Keys. Rick Keys Music Caravan Blues Show. You can see my fans are surrounding me again here in this steamy location in Oceanside, California. I don't have the typical Rick Keys shirt on because I'm going to be into lots of music this week. So that's my music shirt from Jack Temption. Basically, I've got, I got to finish my show here. I did do a interview with Christone Kingfish Ingram yesterday. I'm going to go see him at the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano this Friday. And then I'm going to go see him again down at the San Diego Blues Fest. See him. Also, I'm going to see Rick Estrin with the Nightcats and maybe Larkin and Poe. And then I've got to rush up to San Juan Capistrano again on that Saturday and see Tommy Castro. Tommy Castro has a brand new release out, and it's very good. One of his best yet. One of his best. I won't say yet, but it's really good. And I'm going to be interviewing Tommy here about 3:30, so stay tuned for that. And now we are into the part of the Rick Keys Music Caravan. You like that shirt, huh? Rick Keys Music Caravan, where we play some brand new releases. Excuse me. Brand new releases and albums that are on the Roots Music Report's top contemporary blues album release list for last week. It's hard to say, hard to remember, but I'm working on it. Okay, this one actually I got 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it made it to the RMR chart. It's not on there this week, but it's so new, I'm going to play it anyway. We've got Brad Vickers and his Vestapolitans, and it's called The Music Gets Us Through. Music got me through this pandemic. However, the pandemic is not done. I guess there's another variant, not the Delta. I thought it would go to the next Greek letter, epsilon. It didn't. It went to mu. So there's a mu, MU, COVID-19 variant. And apparently what happens is if you catch it, your nipples start emitting milk. So men and women. So kind of scary. Don't catch the mu. All right. Hey, so another new one coming up is Avi Growl's band. She's got a release called Telltale Heart. Remember where Telltale Heart came from? Edgar Allan Poe. Here's that one. So that one's brand new. Came in last week. By the way, notice my hair is growing back. It's phasing in right now. This one just came in. Speaking of phasing in, this one just phased into my life yesterday, and I heard it. And it's called Soul Garage. Hold on. Soul Garage Counterfeit Solstice. This one is really hot. This one is very, very good. So I'm sure this one's going to make it into the top contemporary blues album release list chart soon. Taz Crew, got him. He's been a regular on my show for over the years, and he made it into my, I think, 2020 top blues album release list. He's got a brand new one called Broke Down, Busted Up. Taz Crew. Kind of a story about America right at the moment. Broke down and busted up. Okay, now that we are busted up, and you see that wonderful shirt that I got from Jack Temption, we are into the RMR chart. So now, if you've been listening to the show for a while, so I don't have to say Roots Music Reports all the time, RMR, same thing. Roots Music Report. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, I don't have my my thing here. Hold on, I've got to go to my other office and pick up something. So basically, you're taking like a little tour of the Rick Keys Music Caravan production studios. These are some classic. Let me see there. Classic World War II bonds that I have. So see this one here. Basically, if Okinawa didn't work out for the Americans, Japan was next. So we're doing a little cruising around the house here. There's another poster, kind of cool, from World War II. And I'm just basically walking around here looking for my list. I'm going into my other office. Pretty cool, huh? And so we are, oh, how about this artwork I collected? Yep. Got that at the swap meet. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, speaking of cool, I'm still trying to be cool while I'm walking through Rick Keys production headquarters. We're now entering that. Would you guys like another verse from Billy Bass? Here we go. Might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Okay, so anyway, that it was so appropriate because I did have Kingfish. I interviewed Kingfish, Christone, Kingfish Ingram. Interviewed him yesterday. Great guy. Gonna see him, as I mentioned before. So hopefully that came out. So here we go with the list. So at number 48, we've got Hector Anchondo, Let Loose Those Chains. So I think we're all kind of hoping on that with this COVID baloney bullshit stuff. Let loose those chains. Whoever gave us that damn pandemic, hopefully you rot in hell. So anyway, now we are at number 38. That would be Selwyn Birchwood. Speaking of hell, Selwyn Birchwood has a new release, and it's called Living in a Burning House. Well, that's what we've been living in for the last year and a half here in the United States and the world. But let me make you happy. How about that? All right. Now we're going to continue. At number 34, we've got Bob Corratore and Friends, and it's called Spider in My Stew. I was eating today at my breakfast, and there were tons of flies that almost got into my salad. So you think you got it bad, try a fly in your salad. Not the best tasty thing. The Hallie Deverston band from New York, she moved up from number 43 to 33. And it's called Money Ain't Time. That's for sure. Enjoy your time while you got it, because you never know how long you're going to have it. All the money in the world, Jeff Bezos, you could have ended up blowing up in that spaceship. Too bad you didn't. No, sorry. You didn't hear that from me. Okay, so the Black Keys, my relatives, the Black Keys, I'm the White Keys, but spelt differently, Keyes. The Black Keys, they moved up from number 39 to number 30. It's kind of cool. The Black Keys are not known to be a blues band. They played some blues music, but this is entirely blues. And they took music from several different blues legends. They're all covers, but really good covers. And young people, they're starting to hear blues thanks to the Black Keys and the Rick Keys, the White Keys. Okay, but it's spelled differently. Maybe different parents. I don't know. All right, so continuing now. Polly O'Keery, she's got a release called 50. It's kind of an odd name. Don't know what the 50 stands for, but it's Polly O'Keery and the Rhythm Method. We know how well that works for Catholics. Curtis Salgado, Alligator Record. Remember, this is Alligator Record Label's 50th. How do you say that? 50. It's Alligator Records 50th anniversary. They started in 1971, and Rick Keys being me's. I've been playing lots of their music throughout the past year. We started in 1971. We're up to 2005 now. We took a little break to get Kingfish on, and that's going to be a very prized interview. Trust me, because he is going to be a blues super legend. So continuing, we've got, did I say Curtis Salgado? Curtis Salgado, Alligator Record Labels. He's got Damage Control. He was up in the top 10, number 1, in fact, for quite some time. He's moved down to number 24. But interesting, for the 50th anniversary of Alligator Record Labels, they got a lot of Alligator Record artists in there, Curtis Salgado being one of them. Okay, so let's move on. You like that shirt, huh? All right. So going back to the Roots Music Report's top contemporary blues album release list for last week, we've got Mark Cameron. He's got a release called Back from the Edge. He moved up from the edge from 40 to 22. Yeah, once you get past the 50s, you're kind of in bad shape. It does go all the way to 100, but I don't have time to go into the hundreds, so we're in the top 50. So Mark Cameron, up from 40 to 22. Back from the Edge, title of his CD. Basically, that's what America's in, back from the edge, thanks to the Wuhan province pandemic caused by a certain country that we can't mention because they don't like it. Anyway, Lauren Anderson, she moved up from number 29 to 19 with her release, Love on the Rocks. A lot of love on the rocks going on these pandemic years, being around hubby and wife day in and day out. Probably put a lot of marriages on the rocks. Next up, don't you like my cheerful outlook of life? My little, somewhat sarcastic, somewhat, yeah, I can say that. All right. Colin Linden, he moved up from number 49. That's a pretty big jump, to 17. And the title of his release is Blow. So hopefully it isn't about a drug or anything else nasty. Blow is number 17. Okay, now here's the big one. Tommy Castro, and his release is called A Bluesman Came to Town. Well, that's certainly what is happening. Tommy Castro is first coming to my town, talking to me on the Rick Keys Music Caravan Blues Show. He is with Alligator Record Label. Also, he's been there a long time. He's put out a lot of music. And I'm going to say it right now, Tommy, this has got to be one of your best releases ever. You put out a lot of good music, but this one is really, really good. It's currently, it moved up because it's brand new, moved up from number 51 to number 16 really quickly. And I predict this is going to be number 1 very soon, maybe in the next 2 weeks or so. So it's Tommy Castro. He's going to be talking with me in a little bit, so we can enjoy that. Deb Ryder. Deb Ryder's been there all throughout the whole year since I forget if it was February or March or January, but she's been in that top 10 or top 20 almost all that time. Pretty amazing. Deb Ryder, Memphis Moonlight. She is currently at number 15. Mike Zito, famous Mike Zito, great guitar player, and he's a co-owner of a record label called Gulf Coast, and they have a lot of good artists signed up on Gulf Coast. Mike Zito, he put out his own album. It's called Resurrection. So that's basically supposedly what our country is going to be doing here soon, resurrecting from the dead. Speaking of the dead, if you're a Walking Dead fan, this is the final season. I've been watching it with my buddy Bob for quite some time. and this is the last season. So they got to kill off a lot of people. I have certain list of ones that I'm ready to see go, but I won't tell you yet until it gets closer to the end of the show. Okay, Mike Zito, Resurrection, number 11. I'm very talkative today. That's because I'm feeling good. All right, next coming up, Leah McIntosh, and her release is called Blood Cash. So as I predicted before, that's probably what Joe Biden and America will have to pay, blood cash, to get some of our Americans that are still trapped in Afghanistan out. Blood cash. Okay, that was number 13. How did I go from 11 to 13? Okay, well, so something went wrong there. All right, number 12, we've got Chris Kane, brand new Alligator record label artist this year. This is his debut album with Alligator, Raisin Cane. It was number 1 for quite some time. Now it's number 12. Okay, Mike Zito wasn't 11. That's the problem, because number 11, so Mike Zito must have been 14, because before him it was 15, and then after him it was 13. I have him at 11, so he's either 12 or 14. Okay, now we're going to another debut album release, GA20, kind of a wacky name, and it's called GA20 Does Hound Dog Taylor. I don't know what they mean by does, but it doesn't sound nice. But I better check with Reverend Keys on that one. GA20, and then further complicated, it's called Try It, You Might Like It. So that may be the title of the album. Not sure. All right. So that is number 11, the real 11. Gabe Stillman, I heard his music recently. He was brand new, and he moved up pretty darn quick. I thought he would. Gabe Stillman has a release called Just Say the Word. Oh, yeah, this is the guy with the funky album cover that you can't see it. All right, I got to hold it way back here to see it. Okay, Gabe Stillman, so see as it goes in. You can't see it because of the lettering. Thanks, Gabe. All right, he's number 10. So he's in the top 10. Speaking of beavers, were we speaking of beavers? No, I don't think so. I was maybe thinking of beavers, but I wasn't speaking about beavers. So Lindsay Beavers and Brad Stivers, they've got a brand new release. Can't find a name on it, so I guess that's the name of it. And they are at number, what number are they at? Let me see. I'm not sure what number they're at. I don't have it written down. So anyway, they're somewhere between 10 and 7. That's them. And the reason I know that it's somewhere between 10 and 7, because after 10, which was Gabe Stillman, the next one after Lindsay Beaver was Eddie 9-Volt, and he's number 7. So Lindsay's, Beavers, and Brad Stivers, they're somewhere between 10 and 7. Okay, at number 7, remember this guy? Eddie 9V, Little Black Flies. This is a great album. It's definitely going to be in the top 10 for quite some time. He's only like 24 years old. Same age as, guess who? No, Kingfish is only 22. So we've got some young blues legends coming out now. It's kind of an exciting period. Everyone talks about keeping the blues alive. It's like, now, the blues never died, man. It's just coming back, and it's roaring back, actually. Remember I told you sometime about rock and roll? Well, I really liked rock and roll. I liked the 70s period. I liked the Led Zeppelin, Jethro Tull, Rolling Stones, all that. And it kind of died out and went to all these other alternatives and this and that and all these different genres. That what happened to good old-fashioned rock and roll? Well, good old-fashioned rock and roll is coming back in blues. So it's called blues rock. Anyway, so Eddie 9-Volt, that's just my little spiel. Little Black Flies. I saw some big black flies when I was eating breakfast this morning. I won't tell you where I was eating because they probably wouldn't like that. Okay, number 4, Tito Jackson. Remember the Jackson Five? Well, Tito was one of the older brothers. I'm not sure if he was the oldest, but Tito Jackson. And he's normally like more pop, whatever, but he's gone into blues. And this is an excellent album. Tito Jackson, Under Your Spell. This one will put you under your spell. A lot of great songs on there. So I predicted this one would be in the top 10. He moved down to number 40, and then he moved way back up to number 4. So this is in the top 10. You're kind of seeing which of my albums may be on the Rick Keys Music Caravan Blues Show top blues album release list for 2021. I have the list for 2020. If you ever want to see it, you go to my YouTube site. That's Rick Keys, Keyes, Rick Keys Music Caravan. You subscribe, and then there's a little thumb icon. You press that also, and that sends the good news of Rick Keys and Reverend Keys and Farmer Keys and the whole Keys family. It sends the message to the world. Well, let's start local. Sends it to Oceanside, sends it to California, sends it to the country, USA, sends it to the world, and could send it possibly to the universe if you just press that little button. Anyway, so that's YouTube. Continuing, Tito Jackson, and then number 1, who I have a great interview with. If you want to see that or hear that interview and see and hear his great music, go to that Rick Keys Music Caravan YouTube site, subscribe. And when you subscribe, there's a bunch of playlists there. So look for the playlist that says the current date, Kingfish, and listen to it. There's a ton of music on there. I mean, you could just, if you had nothing else to do in the world and all the free time in the world, and you can just sit around and do nothing else, you could listen to probably a month of my shows if you really cared and loved that much about the Rick Keys Music Caravan. Anyway, so enough of that, Kingfish, and that's 662. So stay tuned. You guys all know how to listen by now. I told you like 5,000 times. If you haven't figured it out yet, you must be a dolt. But that's all right. Dolts are okay, especially adults. So here's how you go. You go Rick Keys Music Caravan. That's Keys, Keyes. Rick Keys Music Caravan on Facebook. You'll like it, and you can kind of follow the show that way, but there's other things involved. The easiest way is to go to my YouTube site, Rick Keys, Keyes, Rick Keys Music Caravan, YouTube, subscribe. You may be asking, why do you keep spelling your name, Mr. Keys? Let me know. I will tell you. Because if I didn't spell it right, you knucklehead dolts out there, you would be looking up Rick Keys, like the Black Keys. It's not Keye. It's not Keys. It's Keys. Rick Keys Music Caravan Blues Show. Love it. Love me. We'll talk with you later. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got shows to go to, women to see, going to, as I said, going to see Kingfish tomorrow at the Coach House, San Juan Capistrano. Love that place. And then jetting down the following day to go see Kingfish again, Rick Astron at the San Diego Blues Fest. And then hopefully jetting back up to San Juan Capistrano to see Tommy Castro.